childhood, but I guess everybody already knows. Like, I grew up with a pimp, and I got locked up for it, and they tried to deport me for it, and then they decided to let me stay in the country because I was underage when I got all those charges.
So you got a pimp at what age?
14.
Oh boy. And so, okay, what were you doing in your life that would even sort of lead you into this situation at that time?
I didn't know what a pimp was, so I was groomed.
Okay.
And taken away from my comfort zone, from Miami to New York.
So he was the reason why you ended up leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you meet this guy? And just keep in mind that a lot of these people who are watching this probably don't remember all the shit from back in the day, so you're not like reiterating too much to them. They probably, many of them don't remember.
He was a cross-country pimp. For those who don't know what that is them pimps that go from state to state looking for new girls to work for them.
Really?
So he came from New York to look for girls in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of the girls walking around in the neighborhood.
You were just walking around?
Mm-hmm.
And how'd this guy solicit you?
He just came up to me and started talking to me. I don't remember what he said.
Okay.
He was very attractive. Someone that I didn't think was on my level back then.
Mm.
And that's how he got me, and he's my baby daddy.
Wow. Was your life relatively trauma-free prior to this guy entering the picture? Was there bad stuff going on at home? Or?
Yeah, but not as bad as like being with a pimp or being in the streets.
Right. So how'd this guy convince you to roll with him?
I guess he got in my head.
Right.
He just put a lot of time and effort, to me to leave with him.
Right. So how long did it take before you sort of realized what his line of work was?
Well, we talked for 6 months, and he used to come over my house and met my mom and everyone.
Wow, really? And they all thought this was just a good guy, that your boyfriend or something, basically?
They didn't like him, but they didn't tell me he couldn't come.
Right.
That was it. My curfew was always 10 o'clock, so he always left at 10.
And he had a bunch of other girls that were already with him at this time?
No, I didn't know about them.
So you didn't know about any of that, even though it was going on?
Yeah. I found out later.
Doesn't it seem kind of bizarre that for him to just pick out this random girl who's walking on the street, and that just becomes this like hobby for him, that he's going to spend months and months trying to coerce you into working for him?
I'm sure he did it to other girls.
Right.
If you're really like into the lifestyle, that's what they do.
That's what they do. They just find a girl and just sort of...
They just see a money sign.
Damn. So you did it feel like you had a normal relationship with him for a period of time, and then it turned into this pimp relationship? Like you didn't know that that's what you were signing up for?
Yeah, I didn't know that's what I was signing up for.
Right.
So it was okay for like 6 months until I ran away with him.
Right. So when you went to New York, that's when it got fucked up?
Yeah.
And so where do you go in New York, and what starts happening there?
No, well, actually it started in Florida still. He took me 3 hours away from Miami to Cocoa Beach first.
Okay.
And that's when it started.
And he told you to what, just go walk the street?
No, he told me that, cause he took me to a hotel, and he told me that we need money to survive, to pay for the room, for food and stuff, and that he knew a way how to make money. And then he told me about I could make money having sex with customers and stuff, and he had bought condoms. And I wasn't with it after the whole speech, and then he stumped me out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like bad? Was that the first time he ever hit you?
No, it wasn't the first time he hit me, but it was the first time that was, I guess, traumatic to me. It was weird. Like he had put hot water on the towel and started beating me with the towel with hot water and stumped me and just doing weird shit.
Oh wow. And so you basically went and started selling yourself because that was the only way that he was going to calm down? Or?
No, I was robbing people.
At that time?
Yeah, I'll pretend, be like, oh, hey, it's this price, to come be with me. And then I'll be like, oh, I'll be right back after they give me the money, and I'll leave.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't start actually doing it till he took me to New York.
Okay.
Then I got turned up.
So in New York, like what areas would he have you doing this in, or like how did it work?
In the street, on the track.
Walk around and just sort of wait till something happens?
He'll like put you by like bus stops and stuff and be like, someone looks at you, keep staring at them, and then, you know, go up to the car and give them the price and get in.
So how did you feel about this as a young kid? I mean, you're like, what, 14, 15, 16 at this age? Like, how did you feel about it? And did you feel like were you plotting on how you could get out of this situation? Or did you think that this was normal at that time?
At that time I took him in as like my only family. I don't know, it was just my everything.
Right.
So I guess I accepted the lifestyle after.
Right. Would you have been able to go home to your parents?
Maybe now, yeah, but I think back then maybe I was scared.
Right.
I don't know what I felt back then. I don't remember.